Hello everyone and warm welcome to my YouTube channel Master in English. I'm Dr. Reena and today we are going to dive into fascinating book that's all about transforming your work culture and motivate you to follow your passion or your job. The book we will be exploring is The Joy of Work 30 Ways to Fix Your Work Culture and Fall in Love with Your Job Again by Bruce Daisley. Before we get into it nitty gritty of all the chapters, let me start by sharing a little story from the book that truly resonated with me. Imagine this: you wake up every morning dreading the day ahead, feeling drained and uninspired. You are not alone, many people feel the same way, and this book is here to change that. Bruce Daisley takes us on a journey to understand the importance of work culture and how small changes can make a huge difference in your life. So, let's start with this book with a beautiful story. So, once upon a time, in a city filled with ambition and hustle, there lived a man named Raj. He had been working at a growing tech startup for the past 3 years. At first, the excitement of the job had drawn him in, but over time, Raj started feeling stuck. The office was loud, the deadlines was constant, and the work environment felt suffocating. Raj could not pinpoint exactly what it happened, but somewhere along the way, the joy he had once felt for his job faded. Raj's morning had become a blur of dread. He was burned out, unmotivated, and often wondered if there was something wrong with him. He had heard his colleagues share similar frustrations, and it was not just about the workload. It was about the culture in the office. It was competitive, impersonal, and stressful. But one day everything changed when Raj discovered a book called The Joy of Work: 30 Ways to Fix Your Work Culture and Fall in Love with Your Job Again by Bruce Daisley. Raj began reading, and as he turned the pages, he found a renewed sense of purpose. He realized that work culture was not something abstract, it was something that could be changed step by step. Inspired by the ideas in the book, Raj decided to make a change not just for himself but for his entire team. In the chapter 1, author talks about this topic: fixing your work culture, the foundation of happiness. In the first chapter, author talks about how a toxic or uninspiring work culture can lead to disengagement and dissatisfaction. He explains that first step to improving your work culture is addressing the culture within your organization. Raj recognized that his workplace suffered from a culture of fear, where employees were afraid to speak up, collaborate, and express their true selves. This environment stifled creativity and created unnecessary stress. Raj begins by reading out of his manager, Priya, and suggested they implement weekly culture check ins where employees could immensely share their thoughts on the work environment. They also created an open door policy where employees could freely share their concern. The team started discussing their frustration openly, and it did not take long before changes began to unfold. The leadership team took note and began to implement author's principle. They emphasized kindness, inclusivity, and respect as core values, shifting from a result driven environment to one that fostered well being and trust. Slowly, the office began to transform from a place of tension to one where people felt heard and valued. In the chapter second, the author talks about this topic, finding joy in a small moment. Daisley explained in the chapter 2 that joy at work does not come from big achievement or fancy perks. It comes from the small moments we experience daily. Raj started to reflect on his own daily habits. He realized that he had been focusing too much on the negative aspect of his job, neglecting the small, joyful moments that could turn his day around. Raj decided to take more breaks during the day, not just to recharge but to reconnect with his colleagues. These small interactions, whether it was chatting about a recent TV show, grabbing coffee together, or having a laugh in the break room, helped build a sense of attachment. Even though Raj had a lot of work to do, these small bursts of connection brought a sense of joy and lightness to his routine. Soon, Raj's team adopted a similar approach. They started taking creative breaks during long meetings, which involves walking outside for a fresh air or playing short team building games. This not only improved their mood but also sparked more creativity during brainstorming sessions. The small moments of joy led to better collaboration and ultimately better work outcomes. In the chapter 3rd, the author talks about this topic, the power of recognition and reward. In the chapter 3rd, the author emphasizes the importance of recognition in the workplace. Raz had been working hard but felt that his effort went unnoticed. This lack of acknowledgement often led to frustration and decreased motivation. He realized that recognition did not need to come only from the top. It could be something as simple as thank you from the colleague or a pat on the back for a job well done. Raj shared this insight with his manager, Priya, who agreed that the team needed more recognition. Together, they introduced a shout out Friday, where team members would take turns appreciating each other's contributions. It was not about giving out award or bonus, it was about fostering an environment where anyone felt valued. The impact was immediate. Not only did morale improve, but employees started to feel more engaged in their work. When people were recognized for their hard work, they were more likely to contribute their best ideas and effort. Raj noticed a significant shift in the team's energy and motivation. In the chapter 4th, the author talks about this topic, embracing play and creativity. Author discusses the importance of creativity and play in chapter 4. Raj had been working in an environment where creativity was stifled and innovation felt like a distant goal. He learned that play was not just for kids, it was essential for fostering creativity and a sense of enjoyment at work. Inspired by this, Raj began encouraging his team to approach their tasks with a sense of curiosity and fun. Instead of seeing problems as roadblocks, they started viewing them as challenges that could be overcome through creative solutions. Raj also introduced light-hearted activities during team meeting like quick brainstorming games or idea challenges that made them think outside the box. Team embraced team re- embraced these challenges with enthusiasm. Raj noticed that people started coming up with more innovative solutions and felt more confident sharing their ideas. Play and creativity had unlocked a new level of energy and motivation, you can say innovation, that everyone had been missing. In the chapter 5th, the author talks about this topic, connecting purpose and well being. The final chapter of Daisley book touches on the powerful connection between work and purpose. Raj began to reflect on his work sense of purpose in the company. He realized that while he had been focused on completing tasks, he had lost sight of the bigger picture, how his work contributed to the company's mission. Raj initiated a discussion with his team about their individual purpose. What did each person care about? What made their work meaningful to them? This conversation sparked a wave of enthusiasm within the team. People began to connect their daily tasks to the large goals of the organization. This sense of purpose not only made their work feel more fulfilling but also helped them approach challenges with a renewed sense of commitment. The shift was noticeable. Team members were more engaged, their stress level decreased, and they started approaching their task with the greater focus and enthusiasm. Raj realized that when people connect their work to a large purpose, they are more likely to feel a sense of fulfillment and well being. As the months went out, Raj saw a profound change in both himself and team. What had once been a place of dread became an environment filled with creativity, trust, and joy. Raj was no longer dragging himself out of bed every morning. He was excited to go to work, not because of the tasks he had to complete, but because of the meaningful relationship and positive culture that surrounded him. The joy of work had changed the way Raj viewed his job and way he approached work culture. The simple steps he took to create a positive, supportive, and joyful environment made a world of difference, not just for him but for his entire team. Through the Raj story, we see how the core principles by Bruce Daisley book can transform any workplace. By addressing the culture, finding joy in the small moments, recognizing achievements, encouraging creativity, and connecting work to a sense of purpose. Anyone can follow their passion for their job and foster a thriving work environment. Basically, what happened when the author talks about this topic, fixing your work culture, the foundation of happiness, the Raj had already felt the corporate culture of his workplace was a surround of constant stress. He worked in a tech startup where competition was intense and employees were expected to work long hours with little recognition. This type of work culture marked by the lack of communication and poor management, and which led to burnout and disengagement. And Bruce Daisley opened chapter 1 by explaining that one of the first steps in improving your work culture is fixing the culture. A healthy work culture is a foundation for overall happiness and satisfaction at work. He emphasized that it was not just about perks or compensation but about creating an environment where people valued, heard, and respected. Recognizing the symptom of a toxic culture, where Raj noticed several signs of toxic work culture in his office: high turnover rate, frequent absenteeism, employee disengagement in meeting, and constant sense of dread every Monday morning. Daisley highlight these symptoms, which include the poor communication, micromanagement, and lack of trust between leadership and staff. Raj's first step was to acknowledge that change was necessary. He discussed his concern with his manager, Priya, who also recognized that the culture was a significant barrier to productivity and morale. They decided to take action by focusing on communication, collaboration, and creating a more inclusive environment, and creating a culture of openness and trust, where Daisley suggests several actionable steps to improve workplace culture, including fostering open communication channel, increasing feedback, and building trust among team members. Raj and Priya decided to implement culture check ins where every employee could share their thoughts openly about the work environment, management practices, and team dynamics. This gave employees the space to voice their concern about fear of retaliation. They also introduced an open door policy which allowed employees to speak freely with management about any challenges they faced, both professionally and personally. By actively listening and responding to feedback, Raj and his team were able to foster an atmosphere of trust. And the positive outcomes of a healthier work culture is like that. Over time, the team noticed a positive shift in the office dynamic, and employees felt safer expressing their opinion, and trust level grew. People began collaborating more effectively and engaging in creative problem solving. Raz observed that when people felt respected and valued, they were more motivated and productive. This transformation, as points out, is the direct result of cultivating a positive work culture that prioritizing well-being and mutual respect. Author talks about finding joy in a small moment, where basically to talk about the importance of small moments of joy. Raj realized that his work routine had become monotonous, and the joy he initially felt in his job had faded. Bruce Daisley argues that joy at work does not necessarily come from big achievement, but from the small, everyday moment we experience. It's about finding joy in interactions, breaks, and the little things and make the workday bearable. Raj started reflecting on his daily routines. He noticed that when he rushed from the task to task without pausing, he often felt like that drained or disconnected. Daisley emphasized the importance of taking regular breaks and engaging in small moments of joy to recharge. Raj shifted to taking break and enjoying small interactions. Raj decided to schedule short break throughout his day, setting aside 5 to 10 minutes every couple of hours to step away from his desk. These were not just for checking social media or scrolling through the news website. They were designed to reconnect with his colleagues and take a mental break from work. During these breaks, Raj would join his colleagues for a quick chat or a coffee run. These small interactions helped him reconnect with his teammates on a personal level, building stronger bonds and creating a sense of attachment. Raj also started using these moments to laugh and share light-hearted stories with his team, which uplifted the overall mood in the office, and also building team morale through shared experiences. Raj encouraged his team to participate in these small breaks as well. He introduced Culture Friday, where every Friday the team would gather for a 10-minute break to share positive news or stories from the week. This allowed everyone to take a collective breath, celebrate small wins, and appreciate each other's contribution. Daisley research showed that when employees share small moments of joy, they are more likely to feel connected to each other and the organization. Raj saw firsthand how these small moments of joy contributed to more positive collaborative work environment and the ripple effect of small joyful moments. As Raj's team began prioritizing these small moments of joy, the office atmosphere transformed. Colleagues started to feel more comfortable with one another, and there was a noticeable increase in productivity and creativity. Daisley's message is clear. Joy at work can be cultivated by appreciating the little things. And by embracing small interactions, we create a work environment that feels uplifting rather than draining. And there is a need of power of recognition and reward. Need of recognition, that means one of the main reason Raj felt dismotivated with his job was because of lack of recognition. Employees often worked hard, but their effort went unnoticed. In chapter 3, Daisley highlighted the power of recognition in improving workplace morale and motivation. He argued that regular acknowledgement of efforts and achievement is crucial for maintaining employee engagement. Raj realized that he was not alone, feeling undervalued. His colleagues shared similar sentiments. People worked tirelessly, but without recognition and appreciation, their efforts felt meaningless. Daisley suggested that recognition does not always have to come from the top, it can be peer to peer and should be regular part of office culture. Implementing the recognition strategies, Raj decided to take action. He collaborated with Priya to introduce a short out Friday system. On Friday, team members would take a moment to thank and recognize one another for their hard work. Whether it was for completing a project, offering help to a colleague, or going above and beyond in some other way, the team embraced this idea, and Raj noticed that the simple act of recognizing each other's effort created a positive feedback loop. People felt more appreciated and were motivated to work even harder. This system of regular informal recognition helped foster a culture of appreciation in the office. And also, they focus on building a culture of gratitude. Daisley emphasized that recognition should be frequent and specific. It's not enough to just say good job. Recognition should acknowledge the specific actions or behavior that contributed to success. Raj encouraged the team to be specific when giving recognition, focusing on the qualities that made a colleague contribution stand out. Over time, the culture of recognition became ingrained in the team daily routine. Not only did employees feel more valued, but they also became more willing to offer help and collaborate with others. Raj noticed that the more people were recognized, the more motivated they become to contribute to the team's success and the impact of recognition on performance. As recognition became a regular practice, Raj saw drastic or dramatic improvement in the team's performance and morale. Employees were more enthusiastic about their work and there was a noticeable increase in productivity. Daisley research supports the idea that recognition, when done authentically and frequently, can transform an entire team, boosting both individual and team performance. In the chapter 4th, Embracing the Play and Creativity, author talks about this topic where this thing is comes in the role of play in the workplace. Raj's workplace had always been focused on result, deadlines, and efficiency. There was a little room for play or creativity, and Daisley, however, argues that play is a crucial aspect of creativity and innovation at work. Play can stimulate new ideas, reduce stress, and build stronger team bond. Raj recognized that incorporating more playful event into the workday can lead to better result and happier team. Raj started introducing small but activities to break up the team or routine. For example, during meeting, they would sometimes play brainstorming games or idea challenges where they would have 5 minutes to come up with as many creative solutions as possible. These activities were not about being perfect, they were about allowing people to think outside the box and have fun while doing it. How play enhances creativity. So basically, play fosters creativity by allowing people to experiment without the fear of failure. Raj team began to approach problem with a more open mindset, seeing challenges as opportunities to innovate. Daisley explains that when people are encouraged to play and experiment, they often come up with groundbreaking solutions that would not have otherwise considered. Raj team started viewing their work through a more playful lens. Meeting became less about formal presentation and more about collaborative idea generation. They introduced lunch and learn session where employees could present creative ideas in an informal setting. These sessions fostering a sense of community and spark new ideas that ultimately improve the team's overall productivity. They also focus on building team cohesion through play. Raj also recognized the importance of social play in building team cohesion. He organized team building events such as casual lunch, escape room challenges, and games. These activities help the team relax and bond outside of the high pressure work environment. Over time, Raj noticed that these playful activities led to stronger interpersonal relationship and greater collaboration at work. Daisley research support this idea. Teams that engage in playful activities tend to have stronger relationship and higher level of creativity. And Raj's decision to embrace play at work transformed the office environment, making it more dynamic, creative, and fun. And the lasting impact of playful work environment. By the end of this chapter, Raj understood that play is not just for fun. It's a vital component for a healthy, productive work environment. Play reduces the stress and build stronger team and foster creativity. Raj's office was a testament to the power of play, and he saw firsthand how it could turn an uninspired workplace into one that thrived on collaboration and innovation. In the chapter 5, the author talks about designing your day for maximum energy and focus, and also understanding your energy level throughout the day. Raj had always believed in working long hours, but over time he started to realize that working through fatigue was not productive. In chapter 5, Daisley talks about designing your day based on your energy level to optimize focus and productivity. He explains that everyone has natural ebbs and flows in their energy throughout the day. And the key to maximizing performance is understanding when to tackle the most demanding task. Raj started tracking his energy level throughout the day. He realized that he was more productive during the first few hours after arriving at work. Daisley suggested that individuals should align their most challenging tasks with this high energy period and reserve less demanding tasks for times when energy naturally dips, such as post lunch. Using break strategically to recharge. Incorporating strategic break is the key principle in this chapter. Here, Daisley highlight that taking short, intentional break can help to focus and prevent burnout. Ras made it a priority to step away from his desk for a few minutes every hour. These breaks allowed him to clear his mind, stretch and reset. He also found that a walk outside or a few minutes of meditation provided significant mental clarity. By intentionally scheduling these breaks, Raj was able to sustain his energy throughout the day and maintain high level of focus, optimizing the work environment for peak performance. Daisley also emphasizes the importance of creating a physical environment conducive to productivity. Raj adjusted his workspace by reducing distractions and organizing his desk for maximum focus. He also encouraged his team to personalize their spaces and create environment where they felt energized. Raj noticed that when his colleagues had autonomy over their workspace and were able to work in an environment they enjoyed, they experienced less fatigue and more satisfaction with their work. Daisley argued that a comfortable, personalized workspace can help boost both motivation and creativity. The power of time blocking. Another strategy Raj implemented was time blocking. By dedicating specific block of time to specific tasks, this was able to maintain focus without feeling overwhelmed. He profound that breaking his day into structured segments allowed him to better prioritize tasks and avoid procrastination. Raj's shift toward a more structured day improved his work life balance and allowed him to focus on high priority tasks without getting sidetracked by minor distractions. Daisley advised to create a schedule that plays to your natural rhythm, ultimately help Raj regain control over the workday. In the chapter 6, the author talks about the art of saying no to work that does not serve you. The challenges of saying no. Raz had always struggled with saying no at work. He felt that by saying yes to every request, he was being a team player. However, Daisley explains that overcommitting can lead to stress, burnout, and poor performance. In chapter 6, Daisley teaches the importance of setting boundaries and learning to say no. Raz found it difficult to decline requests, especially from higher ups or colleagues who seemed to rely on him. He would take on extra projects, sometimes at the cost of his well being or his core responsibilities. Daisley highlights the risk of his approach, including overwork and loss of focus on the most important task. Learning to prioritize tasks, where Daisley stresses that saying no is about being rude. It's about prioritizing your time and energy. Raz began to assess the importance of and urgency of task before committing. He asked himself, does this task align with my goals and team's objective? If the answer was no, he politely declined or delegated the task to someone else. Raj also started using a simple technique called the 80 to 20 rule, Pareto principle, which helped him focus on the 20% of the task that would yield 80% of the desired result. By consciously choosing where to focus his effort, Raj became more efficient and less overwhelmed and setting healthy boundaries. One of the most difficult things Raj had to do was set boundaries with colleagues and managers. He was often contacted outside of working hours or asked to take on additional tasks during stressful times. Daisley advises that employees should clearly define their working hours and communicate them to colleagues. Raj started turning off email notification after working hours, which allowed him to separate work from personal life. He also set expectation with his team by letting them know when he would be available and when he needed to focus on other tasks. By doing so, he created a healthier work life balance. The benefits of saying no. Ra's ability to say no had a profound effect on his productivity and happiness. He felt less overwhelmed and was able to dedicate more time and energy to the work that truly matters. Daisley's message was clear: learning to say no is not about being selfish, but about protecting your time and mental well being to perform at your best. In the chapter 7, author talks about this topic, leading with empathy. The importance of empathy in leadership, where Raz had always been a top performance. But as he began to take on leadership roles, he realized that technical skills alone were not enough. Daisley emphasizes that empathy is a critical leadership skill that fosters trust and strong relationship among team members. Leaders who understand and support their employees need create a more productive and motivated team. Ra started to focus on developing empathy by actively listening to his team members and understanding their challenges. He found that when he showed genuine concern for his colleagues' well being, they felt more supported and were more likely to go the extra mile. Practicing active listening. One key component of empathy is active listening, and Raj worked hard to improve this skill. During meeting, he made a conscious effort to listen to his team members without interrupting or immediately offering solutions. By acknowledging their feeling and concern, Raj built stronger relationship with his colleagues. Active listening allowed Raj to address issues before they became major problem, and his team began to trust him more. Daisley explains that empathetic leaders create an environment where employees feel safe to share their thoughts and ideas without fear of judgment. Leading by example. Raj learned that empathy is not just about words but also about actions. He began to model empathetic behavior such as checking in with employees' individuality, offering assistance, and recognizing the challenges they were facing. By demonstrating empathy in his own behavior, Raj set the tone for his team to do the same. Daisley encourages leaders to create a culture of empathy within their team. This involves fostering an open, supportive environment where everyone feels heard and valued. Raj's team, under his empathetic leadership, began to feel more connected to the organization and more committed to their work. The positive impact of empathy on team morale. Raj started that when he led with empathy, team morale improved. Employees were more engaged, collaborative, and willing to share their ideas. Daisley research support that idea that empathetic leadership lead to higher level of trust, satisfaction, and productivity within teams. In the chapter 8, the author talks about this topic, creating meaningful work through purpose and connection. So basically, in this chapter, the author talks about this thing, the search for meaning in work. Raj had always questioned whether his work was meaningful. He often found himself disconnected from the large mission of the company, and as a result, his enthusiasm for his work began to wane. Desley discusses the importance of finding meaning in your work, as this is one of the most powerful drivers of the motivation. Raj began to look for ways to connect his daily tasks to the broader goals of the company. He found that when he understood how his work contributed to the bigger picture, he felt more motivated and engaged. Daisley highlighted the importance of understanding your role within the organization and the impact it had on others. Aligning your work with personal values, Raj realized that part of finding meaning in his work was aligning it with his personal values. He took time to reflect on what matters most to him and how his job could support those values. For Raj, this means working on projects that focused on innovation and improving the lives of customers. Daisley suggested that employees who feel a sense of purpose in their work are more likely to feel satisfied and motivated. Raj started to engage in projects that had a meaningful impact on the community, and he found that this gave him a renewed sense of purpose in the role. Building connection within the team. Desley also emphasizes that importance of connection in the workplace. Employees who feel connected to their colleagues and mission of the company are more likely to be engaged and passionate about their work. Raj worked on building stronger connections within his team by increasing collaboration and focusing on shared goals. By fostering a sense of purpose and connection, Raj's team became more aligned and motivated. Daisley research showed that when employees feel their work matters and is connected to a large mission, they are more likely to experience higher level of job satisfaction. And the author talk about this thing also, the role of purpose in job satisfaction. As Raj's team began to feel more connected to the company purpose, their job satisfaction soared. Employees who felt that work had a meaningful impact were more engaged, more productive, and more likely to stay within the company long term. Raj learned that purpose is a key driver of job satisfaction, and that finding meaning in one's work is essential for maintaining motivation. In the chapter 9th, author talks about this topic, managing stress and burnout, recognizing the signs of stress and burnout. Raj had been pushing yourself hard for moment, hard for months, but he began to notice the signs of burnout, constant fatigue, and lack of motivation. Daisley discusses how to recognize the early signs of stress and burnout, emphasizes the importance of taking proactive steps to manage well being before it's too late. Raj was feeling overwhelmed by his workload and had trouble switching off at the end of the day. Daisley advises that employees must be aware of their stress level and take steps to manage it before it leads to burnout. Raj began to identify triggers for stress and develop strategies to mitigate them, and also implementing stress relief technique, where Daisley offers several stress relief techniques that can be easily integrated into daily routine. Raj started practicing mindfulness and breathing exercises to calm his mind during stressful moments. He also adopted a regular exercise routine to release tension and improve his mental health. By making these small changes to his daily routine, Raj noticed a significant reduction in his stress level. Daisley stresses that managing stress is not just about avoiding burnout, it's about maintaining a sustainable level of well being throughout your career. Building a support system where Ras realized that managing stress was not something he could do alone. He reached out to his colleagues and manager for support. Daisley encourages employees to build a network of support at work where they can openly discuss challenges and share coping strategies. Raj's decision to lean on his support network helped him navigate stress more effectively. By working together as a team, Raj and his colleagues created an environment where mental health was prioritized. Everyone felt empowered to take core responsibilities and also take care of themselves. Preventing burnout through self care. Preventing burnout requires consistent self care, and Raj made this a priority. He began setting clearer boundaries between work and personal life, taking regular breaks and engaging in activities outside of work that brought him joy. Daisley advice on self care resonated with Raj, and by focusing on his well being, he was able to perform at his best without sacrificing his health. In the chapter 10th, the author basically talk about this topic, the role of rest and recovery in high performance. The importance of rest for mental clarity. That means the Raj had always believed in working hard, but he learned through Daisley research that rest is just as important for high performance. Daisley discusses the role of rest and recovery in maintaining focus, creativity, and productivity. Without adequate rest, performance begins to suffer, leading to burnout and disengagement. Raj took Daisley's advice to heart and started prioritizing rest as a key component of his daily routine. He began taking longer weekends, ensuring he got enough sleep and using vacations to fully disconnect from work. By doing so, Raj was able to recharge and return to work with renewed focus. Napping and its benefit. Basically, Desley emphasizes that rest does not always mean a full night's sleep. Short nap during a day can improve alertness, cognitive performance, and creativity. Raj began incorporating short power nap into his schedule, which helped him feel more energized and focused in the afternoon. Recovering outside of work, in addition to rest, Daisley stresses the importance of recovery activities outside of work, such as exercise, hobbies, and spending time with loved ones. Raj started taking weekend off completely to engage in activities that brought him joy, such as hiking and reading. These activities helped him disconnect from work and restore his energy. Rest and performance, a balancing act, where Raj realized that rest was not a luxury, it was necessity for sustained high performance. By integrating rest and recovery into his work routine, he became a more focused and productive employee. Dazzling message is clear. Taking time to rest is not just about recovery. It's about setting yourself up for long-term success. In the chapter 11th, author talks about this topic, harnessing the power of positive feedback. That means the role of positive feedback in motivation. Raj had always received constructive feedback, but he realized that positive feedback was just as important in boosting motivation. Desley highlights the role of positive reinforcement in maintaining high morale and productivity. By acknowledging employee strength and achievement, managers create an environment where people feel valued and encouraged to perform at their best. Creating a feedback culture. Raj started introducing a more positive feedback culture within his team. He made sure to celebrate small wins and acknowledge the hard work his colleagues put in. Raj found that when feedback was focused on strength and progress rather than solely on areas for improvement, team members felt more confident and motivated to take on new challenges. The impact of positive feedback on team dynamics. That means the positive feedback had a significant impact on Ra's team. Not only did it boost individual morale, but it also improved collaboration and team spirit. When employees felt recognized and valued, they were more likely to contribute openly and support each other. Daisley research shows that positive feedback lead to higher level of engagement and job satisfaction. Feedback as a tool for growth, where Raj realized that feedback was just tool for growth, not just for evaluation. By fostering an environment of appreciation and encouragement, Raj's team became more engaged, more innovative, and more willing to take risks. The power of positive feedback transformed the teamwork culture, making it a place where everyone could thrive. In the chapter 12, the author basically talk about this topic, the power of play and fun at work. The benefits of fun and play at work. Raz had always taken his work seriously, but as he progressed in his career, he began to notice that the most innovative and motivated team also had a strong sense of fun. In chapter 12, Daisley discusses the power of play and fun at work, explaining that incorporating joy into workplace can boost creativity, collaboration, and morale. Raj reflected on the team he admires, those were Were not afraid to laugh, make jokes, and bond over shared experiences. He learned that fun is not just a distraction, it's a catalyst for better teamwork and improved productivity. Creating a playful culture. In this chapter, Daisley shared research on how humor and play positively impact productivity. Raj began to foster a more playful environment in his own team by introducing light-hearted activities during meeting, encouraging friendly banter and celebrating victories big and small. This sense of play helped reduce stress and made the work environment more enjoyable. Raj also discovered that a playful work culture promotes psychological safety, allowing employees to take risks without fear of failure. When people feel safe to experiment and laugh, they are more likely to generate creative ideas and collaborate effectively. Play and work life balance. Daisley also argues that play is crucial for maintaining a healthy work life balance. Raj, realizing the importance of downtime, made time for playful activities outside of work, such as hiking and engaging in sport with friends. By maintaining a balance between work and play, Raj was able to keep his motivation high and avoid burnout, and also increasing plain team dynamic. Raj introduces weekly team building activities to help his team unwind and bond. He found that these activities not only build motivation but also helped improve communication and problem solving skills. The playful environment led to a more connected team, resulting in higher job satisfaction and better collaboration. These are the key takeaways from all the chapters. In the chapter 1, we basically talk about the importance of social connection at work, and this is the key takeaways from the chapter 1. That means building strong relationship with colleagues is the key to job satisfaction and productivity, and focus on fostering meaningful social connection and investing in relationship that can support both personal and professional growth. In the chapter second, the author talks about the science of focus and concentration. That means creating an environment where focus is prioritized lead to higher productivity. Use techniques such as minimizing distractions, setting boundaries, and taking regular breaks to improve concentration. In the chapter third, the author talks about the importance of rest and recovery, where rest and recovery are as important as hard work for maintaining high performance. So prioritize sleep, breaks, and time away from work to recharge and ensure long term productivity. In the chapter 4th, the author talks about giving and receiving feedback. That means constructive feedback, when delivered effectively, helped employees grow and develop. Foster a feedback culture that focus on improvement and recognition of achievement to build a more engaged and motivated workforce. In the chapter 5, the author talks about designing your day for maximum energy and focus. That means align your work day with your natural energy level to maximize productivity. Prioritize high energy tasks when you are at your best, and take regular break to recharge throughout the day. In the chapter 6, the author talks about the art of saying no to work that does not serve you. That means saying no to tasks that don't align with your priorities or value is crucial for maintaining focus and mental well-being. Learn to set boundaries and prioritize tasks that align with your goals. In the chapter 7th, the author talks about leading with empathy. That means leadership is most effective when it is rooted in empathy. Practice active listening, understand the challenges of your team, and create the environment where employees feel heard and valued. In the chapter 8, the author talks about creating meaningful work through purpose and connection. That means connect your work to a longer purpose and align it with your personal values to maintain motivation and job satisfaction. Foster a sense of purpose within your team to increase engagement and productivity. In the chapter 9th, the author talks about managing stress and burnout. That means preventing burnout requires actively managing stress and taking proactive steps to protect your mental health. That means recognizing the sign of stress early and implement strategies like breaks, exercise, and mindfulness to stay balanced. In the chapter 10th, the author talks about this topic, the role of rest and recovery in high performance, which means regular rest and recovery are essential for sustained high performance. Integrate naps, breaks, and downtime into your routine to maintain energy and focus over the long term. In the chapter 11th, the author talks about this topic, harnessing the power of positive feedback. That means positive feedback fostering motivation or morale. Create a culture where feedback is centered on recognition and strengthens to foster great engagement and satisfaction and performance. In the chapter 12th, the author talks about the power of play and fun at work. And these are the key takeaways from this chapter. Incorporating fun and play into the workplace increases creativity, collaboration, and overall job satisfaction. Encourage a playful environment that promotes psychological safety and work life balance. These key takeaways from each chapter of Joy of Work provide actionable insight that can be applied to improve both personal work habit and organizational culture. Raj's journey through these lessons allowed him to not only improve his own productivity but also foster a happier, more engaged team. By implementing these strategies, anyone can enhance their work environment, reconnect with their passion, and ultimately fall in love with their job again. If you found this summary helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful book discussions. Comment below on which lesson resonated with you the most. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care. Keep learning, keep signing, keep growing.